Hello, good evening and welcome to In the Court of the Wenton Knave once again. Don't expect huge things from this, no great insights or anything like that. This is just a quick chat about life in Chicago, because it is rather awesome. Comes in a nice little, I don't know what you call it. Is that a digipack? But yeah, hardbound book type thing. Not like a Collectors Club thing at all, but it is a special edition King Crimson Collectors Club. And of course we were all waiting for Live in Vienna 2016, which was more like a Collectors Club thing. It's just another CD, and then this is another CD, but this one's specialer, so it is a special edition. So obviously the argument is about, well, it's another live recording from the same King Crimson, isn't it? You know, and it seems to be, well, what old songs are they playing now? You know, we've got Indiscipline, we've got Fallen Angel, the Lizard Suite, 10 Minutes of Lizard. You know, Cirkus we've heard, but technically, unless you've had downloads, only on the tour boxes. And there's a new song, and I think most significantly out of the new old stuff, I mean, Islands is fantastic. Islands and Neurotica, for me, they're the moments that sort of, it was what I wanted to hear, and I was right. My expectations were proved. Expectation was not a prison; it was right. So yeah, I mean, the question is, as I said about, you know, they're just repeating themselves again. It's just another live album, and obviously we like we like lots of live albums, and this is just another Collectors Club release, you know. But there is something very significant about the 8-piece, I think, and in a way the band has just got better since 2013 rehearsals and onward. I think that they've just always been on an upward trajectory. It's amazing they've been going so long, still doing essentially the same thing. But the argument that the 8-piece. The 8-headed beast has kick-started a whole new era might seem an exaggeration, and it probably is, but there is definitely something more exciting happening, and I think a lot of that is the drumming. It's still the drumming, but now you've got 3 drummers all the time. Remember before we didn't necessarily have 3 drummers all the time, because Bill Riflin had to play keyboards some of the time, he had to play Mellotron, you know. And there is some fantastic stuff on here. You know, you have to answer to answer the question. If I've already got Radical Action, should I get this as well? It depends how much of a fan you are. I think if you're more of a casual fan, you will be excited by this. You would enjoy it, but it will very much be a companion piece to Radical Action. To fans, this is really exciting because it's better than Radical Action in a sense. You know, they've moved forward. It's got more exciting. There's just so much going on. There's so much to take in, you know, that one listen isn't enough. I think by this point, because we've heard them for so long, I'm finding I'm pinpointing individual band members, what they're doing. So it's all very exciting. Yeah, so, you know, Bellscape and Orchestral Warning is slightly different to what we've had before, the introductory tape, etc. Locks Tongues Part 1, it's the best version of Locks Tongues Part 1 again, I think. Okay. And then we have Neurotica. I mean, in a way, you know what it's going to sound like, don't you? It's just amazing. And Neurotica really emphasises the thing. I think I've said this before, that the double trio, to a certain extent, has become redundant as a result of this stuff. The double trio was very all over the place. It was all over the place. Whether they didn't have time to rehearse as much or whatever it was. You know, the thing with the double trio is the Adrian Belew thing, really. That seems to be the best part of it, because this is sort of revealed this sort of notion of maybe what the double trio should have been, maybe just that brutal crimsonness, and you know, this argument that comes from the drumming, actually controversial, of course, because Jacko has never sung Belew stuff before. He sings bits, but not other bits. Interestingly, he just sung the bits he was comfortable with, obviously. It all got into the public media that Belew wasn't happy that they were singing his songs, which was slightly strange, because, you know, a band carries on playing old songs as other people sing them. It's kind of normal, isn't it? And Belew has played in his stuff. He's played King Crimson songs, but you know, Adrian Belew is a fantastic musician, so important to King Crimson. It probably still isn't recognised fully how important that guy is to King Crimson, I think. So, you know, crazy people are very sensitive. He was sensitive about, you know, his creations, and so I can let that go, if you like. I can let it go, but I don't quite understand it, you know. Well, then we have track 4, The Errors. Love the title, The Errors. This is the new song, originally called Radical Action 3. It's very much in that vein. you can see why they're not making an album. There isn't a thing there to make an album because it would all sound like that. That's I assume, the Jacko Fripp composition thing. Sort of crimsonised and riffised Scarcity of Miracles type stuff. I think I like it more than Radical Action and Meltdown. I think it's my favourite of the new songs, actually. It's really cool. I won't go into too much detail. Then we had Cirkus. Cirkus is awesome, as I've already said, with this band, obviously, as you'd expect. But of course, then Cirkus goes into the Lizard Suite, it's called. It's 10 minutes of Lizard. Yes, the song Lizard. The section they've chosen isn't all that surprising. Here's a hint, it's not the John Anderson bit and the sort of melodramatic bit. It's not that bit, the first bit, because that's the silly bit. It's kind of the jam bit. You know, the dun 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 dun. And you can see how actually why they've chosen that in the sort of cacophony it was trying to create is perfect for an 8-piece King Crimson, obviously. Interesting, there's no bolero. So bolero is not part of it, but you've got almost the second half of Lizard. Which is interesting, of course, because of course Tony Levin did play on the re-recording of Bolero when there was the contractual problems with Jordan Haskell. So on the frame by frame box set, Bolero has got Tony Levin on it. It's surprising they're not playing it here. And Fallen Angel comes out of the Lizard Suite in much the same way as it feels like it's serving a similar purpose as it does on Red, in that you've got the cacophony of Red into that niceness of Fallen Angel. There's a friendliness to Fallen Angel. After all the Lizard craziness, going into Fallen Angel is very nice. And you know the sort of the new old songsness. You know that passes very quickly. You know, because we know what Fallen Angel sounds like. It's Fallen Angel, and Jacko's singing it, and Pat Massato's singing it, playing that bit, and etc. You know, this is very nice, but that passes, and it's more about listening to what they're doing. It's very exciting. Larks Songs Part 2. You know, maybe I'm going over the top, but I think Larks Song Part 2 with the 8-piece is much better than Larks Songs Part 2 with the 7-piece. Maybe. Or maybe it's just got better year on year. I mean, you know. Is it really that different? It seems to be. I think it is, but I've already been told it is before hearing it. So, maybe. I'm enjoying it, and that's what matters. Islands is wonderful. You've got, obviously it suits Jacko's voice, and obviously, but when it gets going, there's different stuff happening than originally happened. It's just fantastic. And I think Islands is the end of the first set, and then Pictures of a City is the start of the second set, I think, because there's kind of a fade in between, interestingly. Great Pictures of a City, it fits the band, they've played that a lot. And then we have Indiscipline. Indiscipline. So the fact they played Indiscipline at all is like, Jacko sings the words, but that's great, and I think there's a humour there, and that humour fits with the original Blues' original sense of humour for that piece and for the Discipline era. Actually, great. ConstruKction of Light, another one of them, great. Easy Money, fantastic. Does it reach the heights of the 2016 ones? Does it reach the heights of the Radical Action one? I don't know. I really don't know. The Heroes, one of the Heroes is very good. Then we've got the Letters, again. Yeah, and if you like Mel Collins playing, then you'll like the Letters, and I do, so that's great. Interlude, which is the improvisation. I like the fact they call it Interlude. It probably takes the pressure off. They can just do what they like. It's great. Then we've got Meltdown and Radical Action 2. Interesting how little they've changed. Actually, I think they've changed a little bit. But yeah, they've just been playing them. And we have Level 5, which is sort of been revealed as this sort of definitive Crimson moment. And it's so suited to these later versions. It's fantastic. It's weird, it sounds more electronic on this one. I don't know if they're actually using drum loops and they weren't on the previous versions, I'm not sure. I think I might prefer Radical Action Level 5 maybe, not sure, possibly. Starless, great version of Starless. Heroes, great version of Heroes. Of course, he doesn't sing the very first line, strangely. I never figured out why that is, but it's great. And we talked about that on that video. And Schizoid Man, and it is a very good version of Schizoid Man. Yes, it is good. Live in Chicago. Should you get it? Probably yes. If you like Radical Action and want sort of the next level of that. That's what you want. If you like radical action and you've got it and that's it, this will be more of that. So yeah, it's your choice though. You choose. Well, so there you go. See you next time. See you next week for Brothers in Arms, and after that we've got episode 200 celebrations happening. It's going to be a multi-episode extravaganza of episode 200ness. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to In the Court of the Wenton Knave. Once again, the Knave is back and not talking much sense, but it's fine. Look what I've got. It's so exciting. There it is, that actual thing. I had that in my mind. I'm sure the video I put this next to, or maybe not, maybe in some of the live stuff after this, I probably talked about, just imagine if there was an Islands box, an Earthbound box, because there's so much live stuff. This is it. The cover's very low resolution, and it kind of looks upside down. Of course it is, but it's actually zoomed in a bit. Yeah, it is. It's actually zoomed in a bit because it goes round. It goes around the sides. I assume that's just the photograph. If you're going to have a big picture, that's one of the good ones, isn't it? The Trifid Nebula. Right, let's use the Schizoid Man to open the box. The Schizoid Man cannot open the box. Picking at the corners always works. Let's do that instead. It's open, so here we go. Here we go. Old maps. Well, it is islands, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. And we got the lizard cover. We've got the lyrics inside, so this is the vinyl doobies. Characters of the blah 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 something something, which I've never been convinced by that one. And there's the actual islands cover, which isn't zoomed in. The Sailor's Tales. 21 CDs, 2 DVDs and 4 Blu-rays. We've got In the Wake of the Poseidon with its bonus tracks. And obviously what's interesting about that, we've got Groon. You've got Greg Lake, Cadence and Cascade. No Adrian Belew Cadence and Cascade though, which is what I'd like to hear. Then Lizard, we've got alternate takes of the songs. You've got the Prince Rupert Awakes, just Keith Tippett piano, which is lovely. And you've got the Bolero with Tony Levin. And in Islands, we've got Islands with a vocal overdub by Jacko. Goodness me. Hang on. There's an important track missing there. It must be somewhere else. We haven't got the early Larks Tongues 1 on there. I don't know what that is. We got Zoom Club. I'm glad they've only chosen soundboards. Yeah, we've got the first 4 gigs all at the Zoom Club. I assume some of them are complete, some of them are complete, some of them aren't, but they're all soundboards. Yeah, some of it is definitely not complete, so that's very exciting. Then we've got the Marquee. Right, and then we're on to 1972 in with the US. The Armory in Wilmington, February the 11th. And then we've got New York the next day. Early show and late show, that's discs 11 and 12. Yeah, we got Detroit, February the 18th, so an early performance in Detroit. Then we got Detroit on February the 18th, and that's a different one to the Detroit on February the 13th. That's not on here, that's only Collector's Club. That's a killer one, actually, interestingly. Then we got Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, and Peoria. But yeah, you've got Peoria. Then it's the next day. Sorry, 2 days later is the Summit Studios. Wonderful CD. If you can get that, either the individual disc or you can get this box. That's one of the bits that's really worth getting. It is fantastic. In the Wake of Poseidon Blu-ray. Did I say In the Wake of the Poseidon earlier? Possibly, I keep saying that. Obviously it's got Groon, it's got some sort of mixed from Surviving Multitrack Elements by Stephen Wilson, special Devil's Triangle. Complete alternate album. So you've got, Peace from Japan in 2015, Amana City from the film West 69, Greg Lake, Cadence and Cascade, etc. etc. Cadence and Cascade with Jacko singing it. Right, okay. Various other bits and pieces. Cadence and Cascade unedited master. Rehearsal of Cat Food, etc. etc. Cadence and Cascade vocals by Adrian Belew. There it is. Yes, it's on Blu-ray, but I've got it. We got 3 different takes of Groon, take 4, 5 and 6. And something else, including Groon take 15. So whatever take was finally used, it's not clear, but there you go. This is very exciting. Needle drops of the album. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Then we've got the Lizard Blu-ray. So what we've got on here. Cirkus Live 2017. Oh, the Moore Theatre Seattle. Oh, it's alternate. Right, some more 2017 stuff. That's very exciting. Alternate versions of the songs, much like what we've seen. Obviously, Peacock's Tale with Tony Levin. Lizard Suite at Quebec, 2017. So we've got another Lizard Suite. That's great. And then we've got lots of different bits of Circus. A Working Idea. Mel and Tron. So Mel Collins and Fripp something. Big Top with just Keith Tippett. Needle Drop of the album. Rehearsals for the 71-72 band lineup. Blow number 1, blow number 2, blow number 3. That's interesting. I'd like to hear that. The Blu-ray disc for Islands. Some alternate versions. alternate guitar takes, remix, Islands Fragment, reference cassette Fragment with Fripp on Mellotron for Islands, and the original studio recording with Jacko on vocals again. This is fantastic. There's quite a few different things. Version of Drop In, early rehearsal of Drop In, as it originally was before it became the Letters. A Peacemaking Stint and Rolls, there it is, that's the early version of Larks Tongues Part 1. People like to exaggerate how different that is. It is Larks Tongues Part 1, it's just a different arrangement, obviously. It's a substantially different arrangement, but it is Larks Tongues Part 1. Another rehearsal. Mel Collins, Robert Fripp, Ian Wallace, in December 1970. Where? Needle Drops of the album. Then we've got the live stuff, Zoom Club, 1, 2, 3, 4, the same. There's Plymouth. Glasgow, May the 28th, and there's the Marquee. Detroit, November the 13th, that's the other one. Oh no, Groon is incomplete, what a disaster. Then we're on to Earthbound stuff. So, a new sequence stereo Earthbound, so extended with all the songs version of Earthbound. So maybe that's kind of Ladies of the Road again, a new version of it. And obviously other stuff is on there, including Schizoid Man is on there. Needle Drop of Earthbound. Loads of soundboard concerts. Unidentified Show 1972. Unidentified Show 1972. And then we got Wilmington, New York. Early Show and Late Show. 2 songs from Chicago, February the 17th. Detroit, February the 18th. That's the other one. Jacksonville. That's the one we've got on the Collectors Club number 2. There's Orlando. That's the other one that was used for Earthbound. We've got Pittsburgh, March the 6th. Milwaukee, March the 8th. Peoria, March the 10th. That's Earthbound as well. Indianapolis, March the 11th. Denver, March the 13th. Denver, March the 14th. You kind of only need that disc, actually. It's that one Blu-ray disc. I need a Blu-ray player in the car. Or I need I need an iPod that plays Blu-rays. The disc 23 is Earthbound Extended. Yeah, I think that's a DVD of the same thing, I think. Yes, disc 23 and 24 I think are the DVD versions of the disc 22 Blu-ray, I think. And of course, not listed here because it's we'll have the bonus discs we'll talk about in a minute. Then we've got David Singleton talking about the tale of the tapes. That sounds very interesting. I love reading this stuff. I like to go to a cafe and read this stuff, so it's slightly embarrassing when I go. People sit there with a little book, and I've got some more stuff from Jacko. See, Jacko's a very important figure because he's a fan. I mean, obviously Adrian Belew is a fan, but Jacko's a fan from a much longer period of time, and he's going back and he's singing on this stuff, doing his own version of the vocals, which is wonderful. And obviously, sadly, this lineup, there's only 2 of them left, not including Peter Sinfield. This is really in-depth stuff about the tour. I assume, yeah, that was Sid Smith. Stuff about the sound and etc. etc. We have, I think, a poster. King Crimson 1971. Cuttings. And it's the band in sort of colours. The band in the middle of some colours. A pretentious advert for Lizard, with a quote from something. Oh, placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence, etc. Very, very Sinfield. The Devil's Triangle, featuring Vincent Price. That's my like. Ooh, playing card. Friars always gives you a good deal. What's Friars? What is this? Was this a tour book? Cat Food and Groon advert. The King Crimson pop song. Well, there's more of them now. We've got this book of press kit, I assume, and then we've got concert tickets and various things like that. Backstage pass, adverts and things. Yeah, it's the press kit. Always done on a typewriter, which is always interesting because it's something to go. Tour dates, etc. And obviously, much more interesting than that is, of course, I'm talking about the bonus discs. There's the bonus discs. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. So basically it's the auditions, the blow number 1, blow number 2, blow number 3, and the unidentified shows, 2 unidentified shows. That's the bonus discs. Yeah, very cool. And of course, that's the main event in there. It's very exciting. We're spoilt fans of any band we are. Wonderful. Great. See you next time. I'm sure the Knave will return. See you soon.